What's up, you guys? Welcome back. I'm your host, Sienna Leone, and today I'm so excited to say Mario Selman's joining me. Hi, Mario.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. As always, it is such a pleasure to see you. But Mario, it's been a few months since we caught up, but I want to congratulate you. Your new video podcast, Seriously with Mario Selman. So for the viewers at home, explain to them what they could be seeing from Seriously.
I feel like it's just a lot of chaos. It's my brain put into an hour-long episode once a week with a friend. So I guess it's two brains just going back and forth and being chaotic. And yeah, I know that it's a bit hosty almost because I have a new guest every week, but my biggest thing with this podcast was to make it really feel like a conversation. I don't really want it to feel like an interview or where someone's listening in on someone else being interviewed. I wanted it to feel like you're in on this,
Right.
little bedroom vibe with us sitting on the couch with us chilling, drinking like apple cider or whatever. And yeah.
Apple cider always, but every Tuesday you drop a new podcast episode. So, when you say you wanted the conversation to be natural, comfortable, more of like a gossip session with your best friends.
Yeah.
So, tell me, do you choose your interview guests according to the theme of the podcast of how you want it to be comfortable and natural? So you kind of stick to your best friends, or tell me about that.
You're honestly smart for that one because my producers at first they were like sent a list of just like every big name, everyone just like so crazy. And I'm just like, hold up, this podcast idea, like it's meant to be very, very just like in my bedroom, seriously, like we're just in our pajamas. Like if you notice in every episode, I'm wearing a sweatsuit. Like I want it to be so chill and comfortable. So for the first few, we filmed 6 already, 5 is coming out today, which is fun. But for the first few, I asked for, my best friends. I wanted to be very welcoming, fans and anyone who's listening into like the real world of like what I talk about every day, just like with my besties.
Right. So that being said, I saw a really funny clip. It had me laughing on TikTok. It was of you and Tana. And just because maybe I know your guys' dynamic, I was just laughing at your reactions. You were like, this isn't that type of podcast. That kind
She's always trying to talk about drama, and I'm like, Tana, we're on Seriously. We're not on your canceled podcast. That's me shutting out her podcast. No, but no, she's so fun. Her episode was so entertaining because it was the first time I saw her and I sit down for an hour and just talk, just me and her. Like
Right.
that doesn't happen often because our friend group, it's so chaotic and so many people, like so many opinions and stuff. And that was the first time we really got to like kind of just like go through things together.
So that leads into my next question. That being said, I need to know, when we talked last time about a series you were doing, you told me Lorraine was one of your favorite guests. So I need to know, who is your favorite guest in these 5 episodes so far and why?
Trevi Moran's comes out today, which is really funny because she's just like hilarious. But I honestly, it sucks to say again, like I'm really hyping him up, but Larry, for some reason, me and him, we have a good dynamic, I think, when it comes to like doing this kind of stuff. So I listened to his episode while I was in Europe last week, and it was just like, made me giggle, made me feel at home.
Absolutely. I mean, your dynamic just with everyone, the episodes I've seen so far, you're just so natural at this. So, you're 22, you've been in this space since 2014. You have a total audience up to close to over 4 million views on your social media, on your social media platform. So it's pretty crazy. And you've been in this space for a while. So why exactly the podcast space now?
Well, to be honest, I've been wanting to do a podcast for a while. Ever since I heard Ricky and Denzel's podcast when it came out a long time ago, I just felt like it was so nice I related a lot to what they said. So I thought, if I'm relating to what Ricky and Denzel are saying, maybe there's a lot of people that can relate to what I go through. There's a lot more stuff also that I haven't gotten to talk about and say, just because I don't know if you know how podcasts go sometimes, but everyone watching, you can sometimes film in bulk. So I filmed the first 6 episodes in bulk, and now I'm getting back into filming again. So there's a lot of new stuff that I've learned and just like gotten feedback on that I'm ready to put into the new episodes and just to make everything better and keep going.
Absolutely. I think honestly, you do a really good job of allowing the viewers in more. Like, just for me as a viewer, I mean, I know you on more of a social level, and I feel like I really got to know you in some of these podcast episodes. So you've done a really good job, and it's not easy doing that, and especially being in this space for so long. And all these followers to now be open and honest and kind of be this leader of this platform. It's very admirable. So I really congratulate you on that.
Thank you. Yeah, it feels good. I've been wanting to do it for a long time, and the fact that it's connecting with people makes me feel really happy about it.
Absolutely. So podcast space, obviously we both know it's not easy to be in. So what is your best advice if those at home, are thinking about getting in the podcast space? What would your best advice be?
This is so lame, but to be honest, I'm very much the type that's just like, if you want to go do it, do it. Just literally do it, because I think podcasts are very much like, no one can pay you any amount of money to want to do that. It's like, if you want to sit and talk for an hour, you totally should and can. And I think anyone can relate to anything anyone has to say. So you'll find your audience in time. But if you want to do it, just do it.
Absolutely. And I think it's really important. And, with a podcast, I think a name with a podcast is super important. So seriously, where did this name come from and why seriously?
It came from Lila Gibney, which is the truth. When we were just out and around, she would just always be like, okay, come on, let's go seriously. And then I caught on to that because I catch on to her lingo very quickly. So I started saying, okay, let's go seriously. And then me and her just kept making it shorter and shorter because we don't like to talk a lot. So we're just going seriously, seriously. And then we started texting seriously, SRSLY. And then I was like, that needs to be the name of my podcast. I say seriously after every sentence. It's like, and also it makes sense to me. I don't know if it makes sense to anyone else, but it's like, seriously. Like, that's
seriously.
what you get. Seriously. Yeah. That's it.
This is the T. Seriously. Shout out Lila. Thank you for the name. What a great name. Last question. We kind of touched on this, but every Tuesday going forward, you have a new podcast dropping. But what's to come with Seriously? If the fans at home haven't tuned in yet and they're going to be tuning in, tell them what they could be expecting.
Yeah, I think you're going to see a lot more of my friends. A lot of guests that you guys have been asking for are coming on finally. And then just a lot of conversation about the holidays that are coming up, Halloween that happened, just traveling. There's just a lot going on the next few months. So I think we're going to really dive into all of that.
Well, we love it. You know how much I love you, and I'm so proud of you. And everyone at home, make sure you guys are going to tune in, follow along, subscribe, download Seriously with Mario Selman. You will not want to miss these episodes every Tuesday. Mario, tell them where they could be tuning in.
You can find Seriously on any podcast streaming platform. So wherever you want to listen to your podcast or watch, go do it.
Go do it. And that's great with his podcast because he has such great friends on, and they give you a video podcast too. So you could watch their beautiful faces as well. But Mario, we love you here at Sweetie High. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you so much. I love you. I hope to see you later.
We'll see you later.